Hey guys, welcome back to another episode with Explore by Adventure. We're just out on the beach for the day, and what we're going to be doing is, I thought I'd just run through our recovery gear that we run in our cruiser here. Yeah, so we run all of our recovery gear in our toolbox, on our driver's side toolbox, easy to get to with a couple of latches. All our gear is pretty much Saber Offroad because we find it's very good quality gear. What we keep in here is we run a kinetic rope. So this is same idea as a snap strap, but a kinetic rope's got a little bit more stretch in it. It's about 30% more stretch in it. With a kinetic rope, we run our winch dampener, just in case. Even though they are a bit lighter with the shackles that we use soft shackles. We still run this just for a bit of protection. We do run the soft shackles. I've got 3 or 4 of these in here as well. So they're all the bound soft shackles in here as well that we run on the back of the cars and on the front to pull people out. Even when we're winching, this is all we run. We also have the Saber Offroad utility rope. So this one here is a bit of a tree trunk protector. It's also a like a equalizer, so if we hook both of these ends up on the front of a car, that gives us the shared force when we're pulling somebody off the front of a car. So we use that a lot as well. In here, what else have we got? Winch extension. So we run this type of winch extension. Pretty much it's the Dyneema rope, which is the same as what goes in your winches and stuff like that. So we use this as a winch extension, or we can use this if we're pulling someone out on the end of the kinetic rope. In case we don't have enough length on that, we can use this as well to put on the end of the kinetic rope. You don't use this on its own to pull anyone out because, one, very dangerous. There's no stretch in it, so it can probably break something with the amount of force a car can have pulling someone out. In here as well, we have the winch ring. So we've got this here. What it is when you're pulling someone out, you've got this to a tree with a soft shackle through here like this. And then we've got the utility on the other end. Winch rope goes through here and doubles back to either the car, or it can pull you into if you need to be pulled into a different direction. And what it is, it just disperses the load to go into a different direction, or if you wanted to get double the pulling power onto your car as well. We haven't had to use this yet, but I can guarantee this one day this will come in handy when we will need it. Carry 3 soft shackles in here as well, all the same. And then gloves. So gloves is a big thing as well. It's not only to like keep your hands clean, but you never know what you're grabbing. You're gonna rip your skin on your hands. You could be having to pick up sticks and stuff, moving stuff around when you're doing a recovery. Gloves is a big thing to use. Not many people use them, but we like to use them. This one here, it's a bit of a different one. I haven't had to use it yet, but I can see many purposes for this one. So what it is a kind of like a soft shackle, but it's not. So they call it a soft anchor, tied on itself. So if you flip your car, which we have, you can wrap this around the chassis and pull off your chassis. You can pull off scrub bars, bull bars, all bits and pieces. So for example, if this is like a bar here that you had to pull off, chassis or scrub bar, all it is a matter of feeding it underneath and putting it through like that, so it ties on like this, and you hook the winch or whatever it is onto this end to pull. So it gives you that, so there's eliminating any heavy objects that can go flying through the sky and injuring someone, kids, adults, anybody, because I've seen videos of that on YouTube and it does not look pretty, having something having like a solid shackle fly through the sky. Other recovery gear that we do use we have is, obviously we got our winch on the front and the rear of our car. We use the Saber winch on the front and rear. So we use that as our recovery for winching, as well as it's a part of recovering is communications. So we find that using communications is key to any recovery. Being able to talk to the person in the car behind you pulling out, or you being able to talk to the person running a winch, connecting straps, whatever it is, communication is key in any sort of recovery. So we always have handhelds in our car. We usually carry 2 handhelds, and we've got the UHFs in the car as well. We wouldn't go anywhere without it. So another thing we do use are recovery boards. This here are my go-to, especially if you're bogged in the sand. Like we're on the beach today. I know it's a bit wet, but we're probably not going to get stuck. But with the sand soft, like we're going to Fraser at the end of the year, these are going to be like perfect. Instead of having to pull out all the recovery gear, these here, you just dig a bit of sand out, put them in, and it just pops you out of the sand. Like these come into their own all the time. You can use these in like mud as well, rock if you're trying to do stuff, and even if you're trying to build ramps to get over things and bits and pieces like that, trying to climb rocks, like these come into their own. Just gives you that little bit more grip, builds a ramp. Yeah, they're perfect. So we use the treads, and we think these are perfect. We've never had any issues with them at all. Other than that, that's pretty much all our recovery gear that we use. Other things that we like to do to help us with our recoveries is making sure your pressures are down in your tyres, letting enough air out of your tyres so your tyres can get enough traction that it needs to. There's no point in having 40, 45 pound of pressure in your tyres trying to recover, because like that could be the reason why you've got stuck in the first place. Like you should let your tyres down, make sure your tyres are right before you start doing all the other recovery parts as well. The reason we let our tyres down is because you like to bulge the side of your tyres out. It gives you more footprint. 45 pound of pressure, you say you've only got this much on the road. 20 pound of pressure, you're probably going to have about this much on the road. So that's where it helps, especially in sand. Sand is the worst. Like if you have 40 pound of pressure in soft sand, you're just going to sink to the ground. It's going to be like cheese cutters in the sand. If you have that 20 pound of pressure in your tyres, it's going to have more footprint and it's going to belly out and just give you a bit more softer ride on the sand. The best test for that is to put 40 pound of pressure in your car and drive along the sand, and you can see how much better it drives with 20 pound compared to the 40 pound. It's so much smoother, easier on your car, and can guarantee you won't get stuck if you've got the right pressures in your tyres. Anyways, I think that's all that we use in our gear. Thanks for watching this little clip here about our recovery gear. I hope that it might show you an insight of what we do and what we use, and you might need to use some of this stuff as well. You probably don't need all the stuff that we got, but we feel like that this stuff here comes handy to us at all the time. Anyways, thanks for watching Explore by Adventure.